Today I'll tell you how to practice English at home, spoken English, as in what you can do to improve your fluency and coherence and other aspects of English also. But this video will mostly be shook on teaching how to improve fluency. So the thing is that fluency is based on your speaking ability. If you're able to speak at length, if you're able to speak for most part of your time or for all part of your time, and how to do that. That is something, speaking otherwise is our natural facility. We speak a lot. We speak in Punjabi, we speak in Hindi, we speak in whatever vernacular belongs to us. So why speaking in English becomes, difficult, because it is considered totally academic. It's considered something that is going to be there only in the exam. It's not something that pertains to us in our natural ways. It's not something that we're going to use otherwise. So exams are difficult. So that's why this spoken English part also becomes difficult, because speaking is all about the speaking module of IELTS and whatever exam we are taking. And one way to actually add English to your real life is when you talk about your normal things in English. Either you can take any topic, you can take anything that is attached to you emotionally, is attached to you in a nostalgic way, is attached to you maybe in any other way. And if you keep talking about it, no, English will become your part and parcel. It will become your something that pertains to you fundamentally, and then you will become a proper speaker. That said, if you speak, you have to point out your mistakes also, vocabulary and grammar mistakes, and then you have to rectify them differently. Being able to speak is something, being able to speak properly is a corollary of it. It's something that is a subsequent stage. And when you speak at length, try to point out your mistakes also after listening to yourself. And then start speaking right versions, and those right versions will add to your normal turns of phrases, and then you will become a proper speaker. So what I'm going to tell you today is a story related to me only. Why I became an English teacher, or why I have remained an English teacher for long. The thing is that I was never, bent on being an English teacher or a teacher, in its basic sense also, because my family consists of too many teachers. As in, my paternal uncle is a teacher. He is now a principal. His wife is a teacher, science teacher. And then my paternal aunt is a professor. And there are other teachers also. And so I was so, surrounded by teachers that I never thought of becoming one myself. But as luck would have it, but there was something that was with me throughout my life, that whatever I had to do, I had to do it properly. And whatever I wanted to do, it had to be something fruitful at the end. And fruitful things take time, and when they take time, they become parts of your lives. And when they become parts of your lives, it's not it doesn't leave much space for something else to be there. So that happened to me also. I After my college, I was preparing for bank PO exams, and I was preparing for them through time in institute uh, that prepares for such exams and all. So simultaneously, I was teaching spoken English at a center in Amritsar only. I pertain to Amritsar. I hail from Amritsar, and I kind of I was dedicated to both of them. And the thing is that as a spoken teacher, my responsibilities were not very huge. But they were not very huge, so I could devote time to my own. I would say subsequent, sideways growth, or whatever it was. You may call it a career trajectory or something. uh, as is the case with me, I think almost always I get into trouble. I kind of have fights with my bosses. So I used to do my things properly. And once I actually, scolded a student for not being able to speak because she was not preparing for her exam. So I kind of became a bit stiff with her, and she started crying. And I had a, squabble with I had a kind of quarrel with my boss, and I left the job on the spot. The thing is that I went into the doldrums. I was sad for some days. I wanted to have money. I wanted to, continue my life in the monetary aspects also. So I started looking for a new job. I could have done another maybe speaking trainer job, but as luck would have it, I kind of stumbled on a job by Career Launcher. They wanted a teacher, a grammar teacher for government jobs. I kind of went there. I had my, they took my test and all. They conducted my test and all. I took the test and the demonstration and all, and I got selected, and I started teaching bank PO things and all. So time passed. My bosses liked my performance, and they offered me some higher level products like CAT and GMAT and GRE. These are very, I would say, they are a pain in the ass. So I kind of, because if I were to be a teacher, I had to be a good one. So if I had to be a good one, I had to devote time to my preparations also, because I was not someone who had done uh, CAT, GMAT, GRE, SAT, maybe other exams also. I was given so many. I was the only English teacher over there for some time, but there were some colleagues, you know, at certain junctures. So I had to prepare myself also for being able to perform in the class. So I used to prepare my sheets. I used to solve them. I used to come prepared in the sessions, and that, those things used to take a lot of time. And I did not used to get much time to devote to my studies. Otherwise, I would not be able to prepare for my quantitative aptitude. I would not be able to take exams. I would not be able to do anything, because you get exhausted, and there are some other red tape procedures also in offices. You have to call people, you have to attendance, you have to mark attendances, and all those, you have to distribute sheets and prepare question papers, and all those, I would say, rigmaroles were there. So I could not actually devote time to what I could have done otherwise, but I'm happy with what I'm doing right now. And what happened, I started remaining involved in those things only. And one day it happened that my mentor sent me to proper, a proper training session, and it lasted, not a training session, I would say, but it was a regimen. I had to be there for about 3 4 days, and I went to Faridabad. I got trained by, the top bananas of this industry, verbal ability industries, of the verbal ability industry. So I kind of became more confident that I could do something better in this one. And time passed, Sudhir became Sudhir sir, and it kind of became a part of me. And it was hard to leave this. It was hard not to be a teacher then. Then I would say, it's a part of me. I had a fight with my mentor. I changed my company. I went to Time. I taught some really good students over there. Hi Rajinder, hi Saksham, hi Kanan, hi Arish, if you remember me. Hi Anchal. So these NIT guys or other Jalandhar guys, Harveen. So I taught some really beautiful kids over there. Not kids, I think they were my age only. So I had a, whale of a time over there, and I was being happy, being able to I was happy being someone who was teaching people of the same age, people who were relying on me, used to respect me, and they were also fun to, you know, teach. As in, I, I was the happiest person in the world, I would say. So I was satisfied work-wise also, and I was getting good salary also. Thank you, Rishabh sir. And what happened that, but that bitch inside, that dog inside me came out one day, and a fight. But this time it was not my mistake. I can guarantee that. Then again, I could not do another job, I would say. But I had a partnership with the company. I started teaching IELTS, and I got paired with someone who was not a, I would say, a very working person, who was more about being there in the office for the sake of, being present anatomically. So it did not. I actually hired someone, a friend's wife, and she came out to be a Janus-faced personality also. So it had become, you know, a toxic place to be in. I was teaching CAT again, GRE, GMAT again, but I could not survive there for long again, and I had to put an end to that also. Then started the thing that I had to remain a teacher, because I had been in the industry for about 4 years, and I could not look for something that had to start from scratch. So I thought, why not to do my own thing? And then this Ayazogi thing, transpired. It was just a blog I used to write for my company, you know, over there. The students who used to come to the company to get taught, I used to write these essays for them. But then I thought I could make it into something more professional, make it into something more, I would say, commercial. So that gave birth to this, that gave rise to this IELTS Augie thing. And then the profile is in front of you. When I had to, grapple with the biggies, I actually wanted to become colossal. So I think I have become a bit now, and I'll continue to, get better, I would say, because right now I have not taken any exam in the last 20-30 days. That is just because, not 20-30 days, but I think in the last 2 weeks perhaps, because my CPE result is going to come a bit late, and I'm on tenterhooks, as in I'm anxious about that. So I don't want to ruin an exam because of the result anxiety of the previous. So I am on, you know on hold now, as in I would continue my progress for sure. And whether this English thing will remain my, part throughout life, I cannot comment on that, because my, if I say, at a point, if I dreamt of becoming something, if I dreamed of becoming something, that would be, I wanted to become a writer. And at a point I wanted to become a radio jockey also, but I think that I could do that also. Why not? So a comedian also, a film critic also, what not? So a writer, I think I want to become at a point, and I might want to become a full-time writer at a point, and then I might have to quit teaching, because if you devote time to something, you have to devote time to it properly. Even if you're a student, you have to, miss out on some other things, some other things, some, you have to compromise your, perhaps your compromise on your entertainment parts or other elements of life. So if I become a writer, I might have to, leave out this venture of mine, and I might get into doing something that is completely about my penmanship or my typing. I don't know. So let's see what happens over there. But if you talk to yourself or to someone uh, in English about something that belongs to you, your English is gonna improve, and you might be able to give a life lesson to someone, or you might be able to have a life lesson from someone. So keep practicing, and please subscribe to my channel, please.